welcome in. Man, what a beautiful day here in the beautiful state of Texas, the beautiful, wonderful city of Dallas. And I'm coming to you live. So if you guys are watching right now, I'm setting the camera up, making sure you guys can see me. And I'm coming to you live. So it's probably lunchtime for a lot of you, so we're just going to do a live video. And so while you're eating, chilling, having that good food, we can talk about some new ideas. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Sean John, aka the Middleman CEO. I've been someone who's worked hard, hustled, grind. I bought into like the idea of if you want to be successful, guess what you got to do? You got to work hard. Guess what I found out? That ain't true. And so I spent a lot of time hustling, a lot of time grinding, a lot of time working hard, a lot of time struggling, surviving. I always say this, and sometimes I joke with it, but I do mean it, that usually if you find someone who works hard, because it was the case for me, I'm not saying it's going to be the case for you, but I'm just saying usually if you check around, the numbers, they add up. So usually if you find someone who's a very hard worker, you typically find someone who's not doing their best financially. So I didn't know all of that at first. I thought I'm like a lot of you, like I bought into the hustle, I bought into the grind. And hey, I was told that if you want to be successful, you want to make a bunch of money, you got to work hard. And if you're not working hard, you don't deserve it. And then something happened. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Let me know what city and state you're watching from. Welcome to the channel. We're going to grow this channel. There's so many people who can use this content. Help me to grow it. Share the channel with at least one person you know who could benefit from this. Share it on your social media. I appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram or TikTok, X, whatever's out there. Middleman CEO. So for those that are new, why do I call myself the Middleman CEO? I'm going to get into that in just a second. So stick with me. So I found out because I was doing the hard work, I was hustling, I was grinding, I was doing everything I was told. And then all of a sudden, I didn't have a job. And so I lost my job. I did what everyone told me to do. I was prepared. Yes, I was prepared. Guess what I had? I had a savings account, right? That was for emergencies. And when I lost my job, guess what I found out I had? An emergency. And so I violated my savings account and ended up blowing through that so fast. And you know what I realized? Oh, it was painful, but I realized, and you know what I realized? After you spend your emergency account money out of your savings, they don't put it back. Yeah, it's true. See, after you blow through what's in your savings account, the banks don't put it back in there. So I didn't like that feeling because it didn't take long before I was out of money. By the way, did you know that 80% of Americans today, I'm always prepared, I took some notes, 80% of Americans today have less than $1,500 in the bank? Isn't that crazy? $1,500? Ouch. That's all I can say. But look, I've been there. I've done that. I know what it's like. There have been days I wish I had $1,500 in the bank. But think about your bills. The average rent price now in America, I think it's like, I want to say like $2,300. $1,500 is not even going to pay your rent. So if you're stacking money in the bank, it's not going to save you. Didn't save me. So that's why I'm not a big believer in just stacking money in the bank and waiting on things to happen. I think I would have been better off if I had discovered cash flow. So you can live off earned income, paychecks, or you can live off cash flow. I'd rather live off cash flow. And so I blew through that money, ended up homeless. And I never, ever want to go through that again. And so I do these videos to kind of share my experiences. Hopefully it's something that'll help you. Hopefully it's something that'll change your life and change your mindset. So, but I, like most of you, I grew up believing that, look, the only way you can make an honest living and be okay is you got to work hard. And then I found out that the most successful people in this world, the richest people in this world, they don't work hard at all. In fact, they barely work. An example I use a lot and I use these examples because most of you know these companies, so it's easy to relate to. Amazon, Jeff Bezos' company. Jeff Bezos is one of the richest people in the world, yet I have not seen this guy ever on the back of an Amazon truck delivering packages. I could turn around, look in my neighborhood, and if I keep looking back, I'm probably going to see some delivery trucks from Amazon or cars, but I bet Jeff Bezos won't be in them. So if you believe that hard work is the way to go, how come the most successful people don't believe that? Oh, I know, there's all these quotes online. Those people are not working hard. They're not working 16-hour days. No. If you have systems in place, there's nothing to work on for a 16-hour day. Nothing. So the way I got myself free, I built a middleman business. A business that connects customers to service providers. I get paid a deposit every time a customer books on my site, and I'm done. I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to go out and do the work. I don't have to do any of that, and I don't want to. So that's a clue. See, waking up, punching the clock, driving through traffic, getting cut off, running late, risking your life. There are people out there who will risk their lives and yours trying to get to work on time, cutting you off, running through traffic. And you're so desensitized to it that it's just like it's like it's programmed. You just wake up, brush your teeth, take a bath, put on your work clothes, put on your fake smile, head out the door, get a coffee or whatever, latte, whatever you get, drive through all that traffic, get to work, punch a clock, do work you hate doing, punch a clock, go home, spend a little time with the family, eat, take a bath, sleep, repeat the process. And then you guys get mad at me because I show up and say, hey, you need to wake up. You're living a life that you don't even want to live. And the worst part about it is that you're running out of time. What does that mean? Well, that means you're not going to be here forever. I'm not either. So why are you wasting the precious time you have on things you don't even want to do? Not telling you to quit your job. I'm just telling you to work smarter. Be a smarter person. Elon Musk, smart guy. You don't see him building Teslas. So you have to learn, like I learned, that a system makes you a smarter worker and not a harder worker. So listen, let me be straight up with you. Since I've had my middleman business, I've made more money as a middleman than I've ever made before on any other job. Now, here's the kicker. I only work about 1 hour per week, and I don't have to do that now, but I work about 1 hour per week. In fact, I spend more time with my students than I do on my own business. But I work about 1 hour a week just promoting and managing the business. That's it. That's it. And I make more money today than I've ever made before in my life, right? In my history, okay? And so if it was true that hard work was the key to financial freedom, then why are most people who work hard struggling? I got advice for you. If you build a system, or if you own a system that does the hard work, you don't have to. So get a system that does the hard work so you don't have to. All right, so hard workers, tired, broke, that's how I was. Right? And nobody warned you because nobody warned me. Nobody warned you, nobody warned me, nobody's warning anybody else except me. I'm trying. Right? That working hard, that's the actual trap. The trap is the hard work. You're physically beaten, you're mentally beaten, your time challenge, your freedom challenge, you're not making any money. You're working your butt off, you're not making enough money. Guess what? They're not gonna just double your paycheck. Ain't gonna happen. So, but it's an actual trap. So, but the truth is, hard work alone does not create wealth. It does not. It does not. I'll say it again, hard work alone does not create wealth. It does not create wealth. If that was the case, then hard workers would be free. But that's not the case because hard workers are anything but free. You know it and I know it. So if you build a system, it's going to reward leverage. It's not going to reward labor. Leverage, not labor. Leverage, not labor. Now, you can blow me off. You can watch this video and go, what is this guy talking about? Hard work is the way to success. And I'll just say, okay, go ahead and confirm that amongst your peers. Go ahead and confirm it. Who's living their best lives and working their butts off? I'm just saying. And there's a lot of people who are working their butts off and not living their best life. There's a lot of that going around. I'm just saying, okay? So, but jobs take your time. They don't multiply your income. If you work for $50,000 a year, by the way, that's less than minimum wage now, right? 50 grand, hey, struggle life. I can argue that 100 grand is a struggle life. Depends on where you live. It's tough. It's tough. So, but jobs take your time, your most valuable asset, but they don't multiply your income. You can sit there for years and years and years and beg for a job and never get it. I did a video where I was talking about it's easier to start at a higher wage than it is to get a raise. It's easier. Once you're there, companies don't care about giving you more money. You're already there. The money comes up front in the recruiting process. So, but let's talk about hard work versus smart work, okay? Hard work looks like trading time for money. That's hard work. You know why? Because time is a limited resource. And when you run out of it, you don't get it back. Okay? I'll say it again. When you run out of time, you don't get it back. Can't buy it back, can't borrow it back. Does not work that way. Also, an example of harder. One income. I touched on that a little earlier, but one income. If your paycheck is your only source of income, you're doomed. Because you could lose that paycheck any day now, any minute. It could be gone. Now what are you going to do? That was your only source of income. I warned you for the better part of a year, you need to find another source of income. But you didn't move because you thought your job was safe and secure. And there you are, on the struggle bus. Lifetime pass. I don't want a lifetime pass on the struggle bus. I've been on it long enough. I don't ever want to ride it again. Some of you are auditioning to drive it. So trade time for money, one income, no leverage. No leverage. Well, I'm going to quit. Just going to hire somebody else. Well, they can't replace him, but AI can. So be careful what you wish for. You're completely, not Beyonce. You're not irreplaceable. You're completely replaceable. That's right. They can let you go just like that. Now, let's contrast that with working smarter. Right? So working harder, trading time for money, one income, no leverage, completely replaceable at any time. Versus working smarter. Build systems. If you have a system, we talked about that a little earlier. If you have a system, systems can get you paid. Systems can create cash flow. You can have a system without going to work. If you're going to work, your boss has a system and you're a part of it. But if you build your own system, it does not require you. You're just the owner of a system. So owns leverage. You can own leverage. My leverage, leaning on the skills of other service providers. I lean on the skills of professionals, right? If you go to my website, bookandmove.com, you'll find out that you can actually book your move if you need to move and get scheduled. And then you'll find out I don't move you. You'll find out I'm not coming to get you. I'm not calling you. I'm not texting you. I'm not going to be at your house. I don't like moving myself. So I'm definitely not going to move you. Well, how are you going to get moved? Great question. See, there's someone out there here in Dallas or wherever you are right now, and they have a truck, they have a crew, they have all the supplies, all the equipment, everything they need. Only thing they don't have is a job. And so I'll send them a job. I'll book the job on the site, match it to them, and get paid. More than once, but we'll just leave it at the deposit. The customer's going to pay a deposit to book the job. That goes into my pocket. If it's 150, if it's 250, doesn't matter. I make that in a 1-minute transaction, and then I don't even have to do the move. So I can look at my phone, get the alert, see I've made 150 bucks, close it out, put my phone back in my pocket, and continue doing whatever I was doing. If it's golfing, I'm probably doing it badly, but I can keep going, right? I don't have to jump up, run to work. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to call back the customer. I don't have to do any of that. What's going to happen? Well, the service pros, what we call ISPs, independent service pros, that are connected to the site, that pay me to be connected to the site, they're going to get an alert. And they're going to open their phone and see that a job is available, and they're going to select it and accept it. It's been dispatched, all without me. Customer's been booked, all without me. I've gotten paid, all without me. That's leverage, right? Money works for you. That's another one. You work for money is hard. Money working for you, that's smart. That's a smarter way to do it. Money working for you. What does that look like? Well, I told you earlier, I stacked money in the bank account and I waited on an emergency to happen. And it did happen. And I used all my money and there was nothing left. Now, what if an opportunity had come along after that? And I just needed 500 bucks. I didn't have it. That's why I hate saving money, waiting on bad things to happen, because probably the most important thing you miss is opportunity. An opportunity even like this comes along and I say, hey, we'll build a site for you. We'll set it up for you. We'll pass you the keys. It's ready to drive. Don't hit the brakes. Hit all gas, no brakes. Drive this thing. Get paid as much as you can. I'm going to show you how to scale it, elevate it, take it to the next level, and build it nationwide. All it takes is X amount of money. And then you're going to go, oh, because there's two types of people. There's the ones that are going to go, oh, I would love to do this. This will set me free from needing a paycheck, but I got these emergency things that might be coming up, so I can't really invest. I got to kind of wait on some bad things to happen. That's one. And then the other's like, oh, I spent all my money on an emergency, and now I got nothing left to build this dream business. See? And you don't want to be in that position. So make money work for you, right? A better idea than stacking money in the bank and waiting on bad things to happen. By the way, it's not going to save you. Right? That's a poor mindset. It's just stacking. It's not even a biblical principle. I can prove it. But just stacking. What are you doing with this money? I'm just saving it. Saving it for what? I had a friend, he was like, I'm doing, I don't know, DoorDash or something. And he was like, I'm making like an extra 300 bucks. I was like, what do you do with it? I'm thinking there's a reason he's doing extra work to make 300 bucks. Like, what are you working on? I want to know. Like, where's this money going? Like, tell me, man. I know you're working on something. That's where you're putting this money into. So where's it going? And he was like, oh, I don't do anything with it. I just save it. Wait. Time out. Pump the brakes. Did you just say you go and do work that you don't even have to do? You go and do unnecessary work. You go and sell your free time, your discretionary time to a company to make an extra 300 bucks that you don't even need, that you don't even have plans for? You're just going to give it to the bank? And I'm like, when did the bank hire you? And he's like, what are you talking about? I don't work at the bank. Yes, you do. You work for the bank. Anytime you make extra money and just stack it in the bank, you're working for the bank. You're just bringing them free product. You don't think of it that way, but you are. And it doesn't cost them anything. How do I know this? Because how much interest do they pay you on your savings account? 0? Okay. It does not cost them anything. Now they sell it for a high percentage, but they don't pay you anything. And so there you are, giving your money away, and you don't even need the money. You have no purpose for the money, right? That's why having money work for you, listen, if you're just stacking money in the bank and waiting on emergencies, you don't even understand what money is for, right? I always say this, and I mean this, like, I've had conversations with rich people. I've never heard them talking about the need to save money. I've never heard them talking about the need to stack money in the bank. You know why? Because they understand that's probably one of the worst things you can do with money is just give it away. They'd rather invest it into something and potentially get a return. Well, Sean, investing is risky. Starting a business is risky. Listen, having a job is risky. Relying on your paycheck is risky. Waking up and driving through traffic is risky. It's all risky. This life, newsflash, I'll let you in on a little secret, it's full of risk. It's full of risk. If you don't like any risk, go wrap yourself in a rug and lock yourself in a closet and stay there for the rest of your life. Then you probably might avoid risk. I don't know. Okay? But that's what you do. Think of how stupid that is. You would never do that. Exactly. You can't make it through this life without taking some chances. Right? So, I don't even call it risk, because we've been so programmed that when we hear the word risk, it's risky, it's risk, it's risky, it's risk. We immediately think it's a bad thing, and then we get away from it. Instead of risk, how about just opportunity? Hey, what's this? Let me just evaluate this opportunity. What are you saying? Hey, I'm saying we can set you up a website. All you have to do is manage it. You can go about your day, hit the beach, hang out with friends, have lunch, learn golf, do whatever you want to do. The site runs without you. You want to take an opportunity and go with that? Oh man, Sean, that sounds kind of risky. And then you go back to your 9 to 5 and hope and pray that they're not going to fire you anytime soon, because AI is coming for your job. In fact, it's not just coming, it's already here. If you haven't been fired yet, this is your year. 2026 is probably going to be the year of the mass firings. Not mass hirings, mass firings. Unless you have some type of labor-intensive job, like a plumber, a cleaner, a mover, a roofer, heating, AC, pest control, whatever, carpet repair, cabinet installation, electrical work. Why do I say labor-intensive? Because as of now, AI cannot do those things. So those are probably the most AI-proof jobs today. Right? Doesn't mean AI won't have robots to do it in the future. Just right now, it does not. So to me, those are safe jobs. Smash thumbs up if you believe that a labor-intensive or labor skill or skilled labor job, if they're safe right now, as opposed to what we call white-collar jobs, where you sit behind a desk, you talk on the phone, you go to these fancy meetings, they're not going to need you. Well, Sean, I haven't been fired yet. It's coming, because your company is training AI. Well, I haven't seen them train AI. Oh, every time you get on the phone, you're training AI. That's a better way to put it. You're training AI. It's listening to your calls. It's talking to you. You're training AI. And you have to understand that. I appreciate that, Almost Family. And again, this is not me fussing at you. This is not me, pointing the finger at you and say, you, it's your fault. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not here to hurt your feelings. I'm not here to beat up on you. I'm not here to make you angry. I'm not here to do any of that. Once again, let me remind you, I'm someone who in 2017, this is not a brag, trust me, it ain't a brag. In 2017, August, September, October, I didn't get an apartment until November. August, September, October, I was homeless. I started out sleeping in my vehicle. Then I lost the vehicle. You know what? Because it got towed. I had no money to get it. It got towed. You know what? I lost all my clothes, everything. My vehicle was gone. I was living out of it. I lost everything. I came back to the parking spot. I was like, holy crap, I got no clothes. Everything's in there. My toothbrush, whatever I could save. And the lady, she was like, was that your truck? I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, they towed it. She was like, but the guy left a card. I was like, well, in my mind, I was like, thank you, but that ain't going to do me no good. I'm broke. I can't get it. I never did. And that night, I was like, uh-oh, where am I going to sleep? So I ended up sleeping in a public restroom, because they have these parks where in Louisiana, the parks stay open until dark, and there's restrooms in the middle of the parks. So I started like sleeping in the women's, because I assumed no women was going to come into those disgusting bathrooms. But I called it home. I was sleeping there, 2017. And it took me 3 months just to get out of that situation. So, and now I look out and I see you guys taking things for granted and going, well, that can't happen to me. Oh, it can and it will. See, it does not require your permission, right? Life's not going to check with you. That's not how it works. That's not how this works. Somebody said, you're the reason I started my business. Wow, what kind of business is that, by the way? And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's why I do this. And so by the way, smash thumbs up, guys. I appreciate you guys watching this channel. Let somebody else know about this. But I'm just here to keep it real with you because I don't want to go back to what my life looked like in 2017 and before that. I don't ever want to go back to that. I lived 90% of my life struggling from being a baby and home care space. Oh, okay, nice. I appreciate that. Nice, okay. How long have you been in business? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to put all that, but if you don't mind, just first of all, congratulations, right? Congratulations on taking that step and starting a business because you have to have it. It's necessary. Wait, you use my business model? Wait, you use my business model? Use the middleman business model? Seriously? Wow. See, you can win. You can win. You guys can win. It's out there. And by the way, I appreciate the compliment. It's not even my business model. I didn't create the middleman business model. It was there. It was like that when I got here, right? So, and why do I say that? And I'll finish going through this. But why do I say I didn't create the business model? Although I appreciate the compliment, and I know what you're saying. But companies like Uber, they were around before I started. Companies like DoorDash, Amazon, all these companies are middleman companies. Oh, I got to read that again, sister. You are blessing me. Look, you are blessing me. She said, I just started in May and I've already made over 10,000. Come on. I appreciate being the reason you started your business. Come on, guys. That's what this is all about, because that's someone just like you who realize, hey, these jobs are not going to be there. And even if they are there, I don't want to work until I die. I don't want to be someone who goes to my desk, has I don't know, chokes or ends up having a heart attack or a stroke at my desk. Never got to say goodbye to my family. Never got to love on them, hug them again. And the next time my coworkers and family see me, they're rolling me out in a sheet. No, thank you. See, you can have that. I don't want that. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. And now they're rolling me out in a sheet and they're like, what happened? Well, they were at work every day. What? That's not a compliment. I worked my butt off and I didn't get to do what I want to do with this life. So I got some regrets. I didn't get to enjoy this life. I didn't get to spend time with my family like I wanted to. I didn't get to travel like I wanted to. And now my life is over? Wow. And I don't want to do what I did the first time around. And you don't get the second time around. That's why it's so important to live your life now. That's why it's so important to do the things you want to do now. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. This could be your last day. It could be my last day. Preferably not, for myself and for you. But who knows? So, just like this person said, hey, look, I started a middleman business not too long ago, already up to 10K. Listen, anybody can do this. I'm nobody special. I just took a business model that already existed and I said, hey, I'm going to partner this business model with service pros. And I'm going to use this business model to make some money and to set myself free. I had no idea it would create this type of freedom. I was just trying to find another way to make money that didn't include a job. Smash thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. So there's a testimony from someone started a middleman business, already making money. It's not hard. You guys like to make things hard by thinking things hard. It ain't hard. These rich folks out here who created businesses and systems, they are not working hard. I don't care what they put on the internet. They're not working hard. They cannot be working hard and on a 60-foot yacht at the same time. I'm just saying. They have people in place who do the hard work. McDonald's. Are McDonald's owners working hard? No. Who's working hard? The employees. Amazon. Is Jeff Bezos working hard? No. Who's working hard? The employees. Uber. Are Uber executives driving people around the world? No. They don't even leave their office. Who's doing the work? You are. So you're either going to create the system and let others fulfill the system, the responsibilities of the system, the duties within the system, or you are the system. Either you have a system or you are the system. You get to decide. So you want to sell all your time for a paycheck? I don't. I want to enjoy my time. I want to do what I want to do with my time. You can't pay me enough to sell you my life. You can't. Keep your money. I can get money. Can't get my life back. So people working the hardest, like I always say, struggle the most. Whether you believe it or not, just look, ask around, just do a little homework, do a little research. Find out. Those who work the hardest, yeah, man, I'm doing 60-hour weeks. Why? Why are you doing 60-hour weeks? What are you trying to do? Get to an early grave? They're just going to replace you tomorrow. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why not get a system that can take care of you? Why not get a business model that will provide for you? Why not get away from the idea of relying on paychecks, get more more accepting of the idea that a system can provide cash flow for you and take care of you? Guys, I'm no genius, but I'm living proof you don't need a 9-to-5. And if I don't prove it, you're going to find out very quickly with AI that AI is going to prove that the 9-to-5 don't need you. I'd rather you find out you don't need them than to find out they don't need you. Because for a lot of you, you're going to find out they don't need you. If you drive Uber, Instacart, any one of these driving, delivery, whatever, I don't care if it's food, packages, dogs, I don't care. If you are a driver, adios, amigo. They're going to fire you. They don't need you. My friend here in Dallas sent me an Instagram of somebody getting into a Waymo for the first time. Waymo, I believe it is. And the guy was blown away, and he recorded on Instagram. He got in, the thing was like talking to him, communicating, and said, hey, buckle up, and started driving. And I'm like, why is it so hard for people to see the future? This is not just Uber they're about to replace. They're going to replace, eventually at some point, truck drivers. They're going to replace pilots. They're going to replace train conductors. They're going to replace anyone who does any type of driving. We may get to the day and age where we don't even drive cars no more. But again, you see the future happening in front of you and you still refuse to believe it. You're the best kind of person to take to a magic show. The best kind. Because you get so easily distracted by the pretty assistant that your job is safe and secure, that your paycheck's not going anywhere, that the real magic trick that AI is moving in to replace you and you're about to be without an income, you don't even see. You miss that. Inflation rising faster than paychecks can keep up. This has been happening since 2020. Remember they passed out all that free money? Now, most of us can't afford things we like. You know why? Because they flooded the market with money. That's why. Now everything costs more. But inflation went down. That's cute. Did the price of everything that went up go down? No. Still the same, huh? Yep. They don't care about that. These companies, if they can get you to pay $10 for a $5 product, why would they go back down to $5? Has the rent gone down? Has the housing prices gone down? I'm just saying. So it doesn't even matter if inflation goes down. I don't even know what they're counting because they don't count food and fuel. Last time I checked, gotta have it. I don't know, what are they counting? What are they counting in inflation? Well, I guess a better question would be, what are they not counting? food costs, fuel. Why don't they put that? Because you got to ask, because I do, I got a lot of questions. Why wouldn't you put the food costs? We have to have that in there. And why would you not put gas costs in? Oh, because that would be more along the lines of the true inflation amount? Okay, gotcha. And you don't want us to be paranoid and afraid and losing our minds in the streets? Okay, gotcha. You don't want us to riot the food section at the Kroger? Okay, gotcha. Just want to get an understand. Okay, gotcha. Inflation going up, prices are up. Come on. You still think that paycheck's going to carry you? How long has that paycheck failed you? How long has that paycheck failed you? How long? Forever, huh? Especially today. Not many people doing well living off paychecks. I'll just put it like that. AI replacing the tired, not the strategic. AI is replacing you. If you walk into your office and sit at a desk, that's cute, you're fired. If you walk into your office and you're typing, you're talking on the phone, you're sitting at home talking on the phone, that's cute, you're fired. If you're a delivery driver, not gonna have that job. Again, I'm not here to ruin your day. I'm just here to wake you up. Just like the person who commented, hey, you woke me up. I started a business based on what you were talking about, $10,000 per month. Come on, that's all I'm saying. Let's get to it. So, one emergency can wipe out a full year of hard work. If the average person only has about $1,500 in their bank account, and let's say it takes them, I don't know, 3 months to save it up, right? Then at the end of the year, they have what, $6,000. One emergency could wipe all of that effort out. And then where do you go from there? Oh, you start back at zero. Wouldn't it be better if you took the $6,000 before you had an emergency, put the money into something like a middleman business, vending machine, t-shirt printing, I don't know, and I don't care. Put it into something. You could bake cookies and pies out of your kitchen. Just do something, right? That does not include punching a clock. And then when that emergency comes, you already have cash flow. That business or that investment is already paying you. So now you can use money from the business or the investment to pay off the emergency. And guess what? Unlike a savings account, when you go to zero, it stays at zero. When you go to zero with cash flow, new money comes in next month. All right, y'all aren't listening. Okay, like somebody said, preach. Y'all ain't listening over here, I'll preach over here, okay? Because y'all don't want to listen. I'm telling you straight up how this thing is going. So, I don't want to be in a position where I lose everything again. I don't want to be in a position where my family loses everything. For a lot of you, your paycheck is the primary source of income for your entire family, which means if you lose your paycheck, your spouse loses their paycheck. Your kids lose their paycheck. The dog, the fish, whatever, the cat, they all lose their paychecks because your paycheck funded everything. And now that it's gone, where's the money going to come from? Now, you can do nothing, sit around, wait until that day happens, panic, live a life under pressure, full of anxiety, and just stressed out, not knowing how to get paid. Or you can take my advice, be proactive before that situation comes, before that time comes. Do something now so that when that time comes, you've already established cash flow, right? I don't want to go back to being homeless. I don't like sleeping on public restroom floors. I don't like people knocking on the door in the middle of the night because they have to use the bathroom and I got the door locked from the inside because I have nowhere to sleep. I don't like turning knobs on recently vacated apartments hoping the maintenance left them open, and a lot of times they did. Then I don't like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting out of a back window with my backpack because that's all I have, so I don't get arrested for trespassing and sleeping in somebody's apartment, abandoned apartment, right? I don't like that. I never want to go through that again. My family's never been through that, and I never want them to. I don't want my kids to struggle. I don't want my wife to struggle. I don't want anybody I know to struggle. That's why I do these videos. I can just turn this channel off, hang the shirt up, get off social media, get off YouTube, leave all that behind, and say, you know what? I'm done blowing the whistle. I'm done warning people. I'm done trying to get folks' attention and say, hey, hard times are coming. Winter is coming. How bad it's going to get, I don't know. But it ain't looking good. And if your job is your only source of income, you might want to pay attention. And I could just get off here, shut all this down. Because I thought about it. I'm like, I'm blowing the whistle. I'm blowing the whistle. They're not watching. They're not watching. I'd be lucky if one of my videos get a couple hundred views. Because I thought about that one day. I was like, man, it's like I'm telling the truth. I'm trying to warn them. I'm trying to prepare them. And I tell my wife, I'm like that crazy guy on a hill that I can see what's coming, but nobody wants to listen. Nobody's listening. Like they hear me up there, but they're not listening. They can hear me. They're not listening. And I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, hey, I can see it coming. Look, AI is here. Automation is here. Companies looking to fire you as quickly as they can. That day is here. Companies bringing in automation, holding these fake interview processes for hundreds of candidates, and nobody gets the job. You know why? Because they were never trying to hire somebody. I'm waiting on the class action act lawsuit anyway. Like, they're not trying to hire anybody. They're using us. They're using me, my precious time, to come and do an interview where I'm thinking I got the chance of getting a job, and then I find out nobody got the job. Oh, what was the interview process about? Oh, you were using all of us candidates. You used us to train AI. AI listened to our interviews, sat in them, asked us questions, recorded our answers, and we basically trained AI for free for you. Yes, these companies are doing that. If you believe companies are doing fake hiring events to train AI, smash the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. And you heard what the viewer earlier said. They started a middleman business based off my middleman model, already at 10,000. So if you would like to start a middleman business or you want to know more about it, just put the number 1 in the comments. Just let me know. Just drop a number 1. Let me know, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. Let me keep up with this time because I got some things I need to do. Just let me know. Just drop a number 1. All right, I got a few more minutes and I got to bounce. But like she said, hey, I just started in May, already 10K. Listen, that's a win. I always say if it's a win-win, you do it again. You do it again. So I don't know what you guys are waiting on. I don't know what you guys are thinking about. But again, I feel like I'm that guy on the hill just yelling out, hey, AI is coming. If you do not have a job that's labor intensive or it's a skilled labor job, plumber, home cleaner, roof repair, yard person, cabinet installation, pest control, pool maintenance, carpet cleaning, moving, TV mounting, painting, electrical work, event setup, all of those things are labor intensive, meaning that you have to actually physically go out and do that. Well, to me, those are safe jobs today. Why? Because I believe those are AI-proof jobs today because AI can't do that, at least not right now. So what am I saying? Am I saying for you to go out there and do those things? No. There are already companies out there who already do it. You just connect customers with those companies. You just get the customer for that company. Just like the person in the comments said, they're just doing the middle model. They're not doing the work. They're just connecting. I don't know if they're still on, but they're probably connecting customers with who? Personal care workers, I would guess. And that's it. Probably call them clients. But essentially the same thing. But sometimes I feel like I'm just on here yelling. I'm just on here wasting my breath. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear. You go to other channels that fluff you up, give you $1 million overnight, $10,000 in one day. Do this, you have to do nothing. It all comes to you. And how I made 100 grand this month doing nothing. Like, those are the channels that get all the views. Why? Because people want easy. They want easy. They don't want to put in any work. They don't want to invest in themselves at all. They want microwave to riches. As fast as this popcorn can cook, that's how quickly I want $1 million. That's how people are today, unfortunately. But I know my message is not for everyone. It's not for the masses. There are some few who are like, bro, I read you loud and clear. Say less. I understand. I see what you see. I see AI coming. I see automation. I see immigration. I see outsourcing. I see companies that just want to cut you for no reason. I see all of this. I see my coworkers fired. Their position is never filled. They just pass the work to other employees. Don't pay them anything extra. Just pass that workload to someone else and dare them to complain about it. And that person is the person I'm trying to reach, who's going, yep, I see what you're talking about. You're not nuts. I know there's a lot of fluff channels out there you could go to and be entertained. This is not one. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission in my purpose to reach those I'm here to reach, to serve those I'm here to serve. Whether that's you or not, I don't know. But I just want to be available in case you are. Again, if you want to be entertained, there's a bunch of other channels that'll entertain you. I'm not here for that. Me entertaining you is not going to help you and your family advance financially in this lifetime. I don't have any jokes for you. I don't have any gossip for you or tea. I don't have any of that. No fancy slogans, no beautiful 8K cameras and beautiful studios. You don't need all that. I don't need all that. I'm just here with a message. Hey, your job is not safe. Your paycheck is not secure. If you think stacking money in the bank is a good idea, you're going to find out very quickly it's not, and it's not going to save you. What do? Glad you asked. You need to find a way to make money. The answer is easy. You need to find a way to make money that does not include your paycheck. So quit my job and start on some type of business or side hustle? No. Do not quit your job. While you're at work, give 100%. When you're out of work, when you're off work, then work on your business or side hustle or next venture or whatever you want to call it. Your opportunity, whatever you want to call it. Then you work on that. And you keep working on that a little bit at a time until it's ready to make money for you. And you may say, hey, Sean, I did this and I did the middleman concept and man, I took your advice. My business made $1,000 this month. Great. That's $1,000 you didn't have last month. That's $1,000 you didn't have to leave your house for. That's $1,000 that came to you while you were asleep. Didn't even need you. That's $1,000 you didn't punch a clock for, drive through traffic for, right? Hustle through your lunch for. See? Now all we have to do is turn that 1,000 into 10,000. And now you're good. Now that we know the business works, the process makes money, customers need service providers, all we got to do is get more customers. How many customers did you get? I got 10 customers that month. Okay, let's get 20 next month. Well, how do I do that? Glad you asked. Jump on a Zoom call. Let's go over it. And that's it. That's it. So again, if you want to learn more about a middleman business and start one, put the number 1 in the comments. I'll go ahead and hook you up with something that'll help you to understand how this business works. By the way, for everyone who's been asking, last one of the year. All right, going to do a free live training for everyone who's thinking about starting a middleman business, just want to know more, maybe have some questions. You're going to do it live with me. If you give me about 45 minutes to an hour, Thursday night, we're going to go through it. If that's something you want to get into, all you have to do is put teach me in the comments below. I'm going to get that Zoom link to you so you guys can follow me, see exactly how the business model works. I'm going to take you on a deep dive inside of my business and how I make money and how easy it is. So you can hustle and grind, or you can build a system that gets paid without you having to do the work. It's your call. It's your call. Connect, collect, repeat. That's going to be my new t-shirt I was telling students. Connect, collect, repeat. We don't do any of the work. We connect the customer to the service provider. We collect our deposit. We get paid. And we repeat the process. I could put relax and repeat. I could put that in there. Students, let me know. You guys let me know if you want to connect, collect, relax, and repeat shirt. Hit thumbs up, guys. I got to go. I got some things I got to do today, but what I don't have to do today is hard work. I don't have to move any customers. So whenever a customer books me, I get that alert. I've gotten paid. That job goes to somebody else. I get an alert. They've already accepted the job. So get paid up front. I don't talk to customers. I don't do any of that. I'm just saying it's super easy. Get a system. It'll do all the hard work for you. Will it require some work of you? Yes, nothing hard. But once you get it set up and established, it no longer needs you. Well, Sean, that ain't possible. Oh, yeah? Well, let me ask you. Have you ever bought anything out of a vending machine? Oh, okay, you have? Okay. When you go to the vending machine, is the owner there to take your money, answer your questions, or talk to you? No. Okay. So it's just the vending machine, the system? Yeah, okay. And so you put your money in, and then what happens? Is there a cashier? Or the owner shows up, an assistant shows up. Hey, you sure that's what you want? Here's a receipt. Well, any of that happen? No, none of that happens either. Do you get your items? Yes. So basically what you're telling me is you go to a vending machine, you put your money in, it gives you what you want, and you go. Okay. Who's doing the hard work then? Nobody. Okay. Because the vending machine does the work itself, right? Exactly. Just like a vending machine, the middleman business does the work itself. Okay? If you want to learn how that works, I can teach you. Just put the word teach me in the comments below. Otherwise, I have to go. I got some things to do. Don't get caught off guard. Don't wait until it's too late to find out your job was not safe. And now your one and only source of income, your paycheck, is gone. Now life is stressful and hard. You don't want to live that way. And I don't want you to. That's why I do this channel. So again, if you want to get entertained, that's the next channel. That's not this channel. If you want some information that could change your life, you've come to the right place. I got to go. See you guys on the next video. Have a blessed day. As always, peace.